8:45.
All right, Band on Band, last episode of the year. On this episode, we're talking to Willow from the Sonder Bombs about her favourite BSM band, Hop Along. We worked with Hop Along a very long time ago, and they've gone on to be a very, very good band that a lot of people like. So, enjoy for the last time in 2020.
Willow, hello. Welcome to Band on Band. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, as we mentioned beforehand, this is the real intro. We did the rubbish intro before, but this is the professional intro. We've got you on Band to talk about the wonderful Hop Along. Love that band.
Yes.
You said to me beforehand that you could speak for literally 3 days about that band, so let's...
like straight, like 3 days, probably.
No breaks, no sleep, no nothing, no sustenance. All right.
No, coffee and wine.
When did you first discover Hop Along? How was that? What was that day like? How did it make you feel?
So, the first time I ever heard Hop Along, before I met Jimmy and before we started the band and before I even started writing songs, I was going to school for audio engineering in Cleveland. We have like a really cool program. It's called the RAT program, Recording Arts and Technologies. And so within I think it was like my first day of class in one of my mixing classes, they were like, cool. So like we have these stems, let's just do like a mix and see like just volume. It wasn't anything complicated because it was the first day. They're like, so let's do a mix of this song. We had this band come in, so we have all the stems from it, and like now you can mix it. And I think it was Sister Cities. And so the first time I heard it, I was like, this is like, and it wasn't anything to do with the song or with the music. It was everything to do with the fact that it was a project, and I hate being told what to do, which is like, why the fuck did I go to college? But so I hated it. I was like, this is annoying. I can't listen to this on like loop for 1,000 times trying to mix it. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, why? This is day one. And it was also, like it wasn't mixed properly. So I didn't get to hear what it was supposed to sound like. Yeah. I just had the raw stems with like nothing on them. And then after that project, I don't think I heard them again until like a year and a half later. I was working at Whole Foods and Tibetan Pop Stars came on the radio, and I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking good. I was like, what is this? And I Shazammed it on my phone, and I was like, oh, it's that band. But then I became obsessed. Yeah. So it took me a while to like fully
appreciate. A whole heap of emotions in a year and a half.
Yes.
Hating it originally to being in a very chilled working environment going, oh, okay, I get that.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. What is this? I've never heard music like this before. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I just like dove head in,
Yeah. I feel like mine was sort of around that first album. I remember I'm quite a BSM fanboy. It was very much like the label I always wanted to work for. So when I was doing like deep dives and listening to stuff that we had in the past and listening to Tibetan Pop Star was a real nice time. And then it was featured on that Vulture Hound, like top 100 emo songs, and I was very surprised it was in there.
As an emo song?
Yeah, right?
Very interesting.
Well, I mean, it's an emotional song, so maybe that...
I mean, it is.
Anything can be an emotional emo song then, I guess. But no, I really like that album, the first one, and then I haven't really gone back ever since. What was your favorite record of theirs, and why? Was it sort of the first album, or had you palmed that second album off when you were working on it and just moved on hard?
I mean, I really do love them all equally. Like, but I think the one that hit me the hardest the first time I listened to it was Bark Your Head Off Dog. Because I listened to that and I was like, holy fucking shit. Because the songwriting is like amazing on every single record, but like something about that one just, it felt like an elevation. You know what I mean? It felt like they were like they just like zooted it up, and all the instrumentation, like it's one of the most beautiful records I've ever heard.
I feel like they've sort of honed their songwriting ability, and it almost sounds like they're having more fun creating on the later records. Well, on the latest record in 2018, the one that you're hearkening to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I guess that would kind of make sense, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a band's first record is, I think most people feel like they have a lot to prove, you know, and like the stakes are like super, super, super high. At least that's how I feel as a songwriter. I don't know how they feel, but like, yeah, no, Bark Your Head Off Dog, it does have that like air of like complete confidence and like just, I don't know, it's just, God, it's like hard to articulate.
It's good. I think good art sometimes does that to you, where you can't really figure out the emotions that you have, but you just know, like on a deep level, that it's doing something, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever seen them live? I have not seen them live. So I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, and they look good on YouTube. So.
Oh yeah, no, their live set is incredible. The first time I saw them, I think it was in like 2018 or 2019. No, I think it was 2018. I went down to Columbus because they were touring on Bark Your Head Off, and they opened with How Simple. And I remember thinking, because we stood in line for like an hour, and it was actually really funny. So like while we were standing in line, we went down there with some of our friends in a band. Well, they used to be in a band called The Ground is Lava. And so I think Joe Reinhart, I'm pretty sure he like produced one of their records, or they like toured together. Either way though, they were like friends, you know, like they were like friends, and their bands had played together and stuff. So we went down there with two of the members from that band. And while we're standing in line, like Francis Quinlan came up to us. And I remember at the time I was like, holy shit. And I was like trying to like hold in my excitement and not be a total fucking freak about it. And so I remember she like said hi to me, and I don't even think I think I just like as I like, I think I just like grunted back at her because I couldn't find the words.
Hi, yeah, it's me, just cutting in to talk about the new Sonder Bombs record, Clothbound. Yep, this is a advert, don't worry about it. You can skip if you want, or you can just enjoy it. The new Sonder Bombs record, Clothbound, is coming out on the 29th of January 2021, so we're really kicking 2021 off in style. It's a wonderful record. There's a bunch of singles out already that you can listen to on the usual spots. This album is really, really nice, and you know, it's amazing. I'm amazed that I don't write for a music publication. It's really, really good. Check out the singles. It's up to you whether you want to pre-order it or wait till it comes out, but I can say that the pre-orders of the clear blue and pinky green splatter record will go soon, so make sure you pick up one of them. And yeah, the new album was also produced by Joe Reinhart, who is actually in Hop Along. So Sonder Bombs Hop Along just getting closer and closer as friends and working professionals. Anyway, go out, pre-order, enjoy, listen to the new singles, and yeah, let's get back to it.
But yeah, that show was amazing. I was super blown away too, because you know, I had never seen them, and a lot of their instrumentation is super complex. you know, it's really like intricate. And so I was curious how they were going to achieve that live, and they did. And I still don't really understand. I'm assuming it was, you know, magic, you know, like wizardry or something. Like, I don't know, but it was beautiful. It was a really good show. And then we got to play a show with them last year, which was really fun.
It was the dream. You've gone full circle here. You've gone from going to a show all the way to playing the show with them. The ideal, the dream.
Oh yeah. No, and it was awesome. That was I think it was with Mississippi. I think it was just Hop Along in Mississippi. And we got to open for that one. And yeah, it was such a good show. It was so much fun. And I got to like talk to them, like actually like interact with them like a normal person. Cause at that point at the first time I met them, I had only had like maybe like a week and a half's worth of like touring. And the first tour we ever did, we went to Philly, and I remember we were driving down the street and we saw Frances Quinlan walking down the street, and we were like, oh my God, we were all freaking out in the van. So then the next time I see her is like, she's touring this amazing record and I can't speak. And then the next time it's like, oh yeah, we're playing a show together. So I think it helped that I had a little bit more experience and like how to behave.
So you recently recorded with Joe Reinhart. How was that experience in terms of like working with someone that I'm assuming have sort of aspirations, musical aspirations to be like, in terms of writing, recording, doing everything? Must have been good as well.
Yeah, it was awesome. Luckily we had to do like kind of like pre-production stuff. So there was a solid couple months where like, we would talk on the phone and like figure out what we were going to do. So by the time that I actually like got to the studio, I wasn't like a total nerd about it. But yeah, no, it was a really cool experience. Joe is an incredible producer. He really like took the songs he didn't like change anything, but he made them better somehow. And I don't understand how he did that. But like, it was a really, really cool experience.
Did you sort of see behind the veil on how anything Hop Along was created? Did you find those extra instrumentations that you were wondering how they worked, how the magic worked behind the curtain?
I mean, a little bit. Like, the studio's gorgeous, and they have a million amazing guitars, and yeah, like they had everything there. And so I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like, you have everything you need to create like the craziest, coolest record. It was really nice. It was really hot while we were recording. The AC was broken. So like, poor Jer trying to record drums in the heat like that. Like, I don't know how they survived, but they did somehow.
And it's all come together in a wonderful piece of music. Finally, I think this is always a fun question. As an artist yourself, as we've just spoken, that you went to the studio with them, like how has Hop Along sort of inspired you? What do you take away from their music as an artist yourself? What do you draw from that? What do you enjoy? What do you want to sort of take on yourself? How have they inspired you?
Oh my God, wow, that's a tough one, because like they inspire me in every aspect of what they do, but I don't know. I think as like a vocalist, the thing that inspires me the most about like Hop Along songs is the nonconformity of how Frances like creates her vocal melodies.
Interesting.
Because I remember like, one of the things when I first started diving in, I was like, damn, like I fucking love these songs. Like, they're so catchy, they're so cool. And I was like, but they're a pain in the ass to try to sing along to.
Yeah.
And yet they're still like, you know what I mean? Like, they're still making it. And so I think that's pretty inspiring, because I don't know, I feel like a lot of the music scene and what like sells records today has to do with like catchiness or virality, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's a word, but like, and and they don't give a fuck about any of that, and they're still doing it, and it like, and you know, people still care. So I think that's pretty awesome thing to see, and it's a nice reminder that you don't have to feel too pressured by, you know, social media or trends when it comes to songwriting. That's a really hard thing to break out of, you know? Yeah, like it's incredibly hard. So they inspire me to, like, you know, just write whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think you hit a good point on the head where there's like, they're not super catchy, but there's so much in there to like pick out from every single song. It's like songs are stories at the end of the day. And if you're throwing a chorus in there after a minute and a half, people are going to still enjoy it. But if you have something to say against your music, against the backdrop of your music, then you might as well take the time to explain that and live in that moment. And I think Hop Along, from my experience of it, and I guess from the same experience you have, do that incredibly well and don't seem to be stopping at that.
Yeah, no, and it's like, it's so intimate. Like the lyrics, like Francis' lyricism is just like, it blows my mind. It's so like careful and specific and intimate, yet it's able to, like, you know, like touch like millions of people. Like, like it's I don't know. It's pretty incredible to me. Yeah, I just fucking love that band. And it was also super validating to be able to work with, you know, like Joe, like a member of that band, and have him be like, yeah, like your songs are good. Like, what the fuck? Are you sure? Are you crazy? Because you write music with Francis Quinlan. So
yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, there is a case to say don't meet your heroes, but you have met them and it seems to have gone very well. So that's a story for anyone. Just a final question. I think if you can, this might be difficult, what would be your favorite song of theirs? We can put a comedy timer on as well in post, which would be even funnier.
I know which one I'm thinking of. I just need to make sure that it's the right song. I think it's Happy to See Me.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's Happy to See Me off of Painted Shut. I think that's my favorite Hop Along song.
A good
or Well Dressed.
A good song off a good record.
Yeah. Or no, Powerful Man's really good too, though. See, you can't.
I like.
God damn it.
It's like I like songs 1 through 10.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Every song.
I was just saying every song is my favorite song. Like, I love this album. I can't pick a song, so I'm going to pick every song.
But yeah, before we went to the studio, I like contemplated on, and I was like, should I bring them with me and like, you know, get them signed? But I didn't want to be, you know, I didn't want to be a freak. But I'm still very like starstruck and like kind of blown away that we got to record with somebody like that inspires us, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a huge privilege.
Yeah, it's a big privilege to work with your heroes. I think that's a wonderful place to end it. You've worked with your heroes. It sounds good, and everyone has enjoyed the process. So thank you very much for...
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, dream came true, for sure.
And that is that. That is the final episode of 2020, a year where we have pumped out a lot of podcasts. So first and foremost, thank you very much to Willow from Sonder Bombs for taking some time out of her day to chat to me about Hop Along. Second of all, thank you very much to everyone who has listened, be this the first time you've listened to an episode or the 20th, or you've listened to every single one. All of the episodes for Band on Band are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the other usual places that you can get podcasts. So yeah, thank you from myself and Oscar, who edits the podcast, and everyone else at BSM. Thanks so much for listening. We will be back next year with more content for you, more content for us to work on. Look, we're not going to stop signing bands, so there's going to always be people that will jump at the opportunity to talk about BSM bands. So let's, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah, thanks so much for listening. Band on Band has been hosted by me, and it's been edited by my good friend and general podcast legend, Oscar. Call your parents, enjoy the festive period if that's something that you celebrate, look after yourselves, stay in the right tier brackets, wear a face mask, and hopefully in 2021 everything will be back to the way it was. For now, cheers, and